Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hope you all had a good Friday. How's the volume on your end? Hope you all had a good Friday. How's the volume on your end? Sounds good here. So tonight is an open table. Depending on the takers, if you guys want to just jump into a bunch of messages, we can do that. Otherwise, I'll start off with a collective. Let everybody jump in on get in on the chat and situated. I got my coffee here, just sitting here, gonna roll a cigarette. Got 4 people watching, only 1 commenting. Who's there? Come forth and say hello. So tonight is an open table. It's $1 a card for a message. Super chat if you have a question. Super sticker if you just want a general message. There's a 15% discount as well. There's a possibility of hearing from the dragons tonight as well. So if you want to get a message, it's available. There's a 15% discount over at hypesee. The link is in the description box. I'm going to be doing an open table once a week. I'm also going to be adding to the ballots tonight as well. Welcome in, Marie. I'm looking to do your reading this weekend there, Marine. Let me know if you got some time off, preferably within the Eastern time frame. That way I know when is good for you. Michael hasn't come forward for his reading either. But Roxanne got hers. You work Sunday? Okay. What about tomorrow? For Saturday? So I guess I'll start off with a message. Collective message. Right now it's 8:41 right now. I think it's 4. Are you not out on the West Coast? Welcome in, Eric. Five, six, seven, 8. Yeah, so yeah. Hope you're doing well, Eric. All right. Let's get one of these cards. What's the overall energy? What's the overall energy of the evening, Spirit? What do we got going on? The Siren. Awakened sensuality, absorption, arousal, and it's on its side. Wickedness, adultery, wreckage, and betrayal. So there's definitely something going on. It could go either way. It was on its side. Okay, and we got the Judge. Discernment, advocacy, right action, compassion. Unforgiven, punishment, critical, and building walls. Huh. Welcome in, Raymond. 7 p.m. my time. Okay. You want a message there, Raymond? I got you, brother. Spirit, what's the message for Raymond? What's the best blessed message for Raymond? Huh. So we have the Six of Swords, Seven of Wands, and Four of Swords coming out here. And it seems like there's some major lessons that are being had at this time. You're definitely learning some sort of lessons, having to adapt, quite possibly walking away from something. You may have your guard up at this time. There's definitely something about you standing on business. And you're having to do this in order to find some sort of rest and respite away from some sort of drama and anxiety. Spirit saying something about now is the time. Maybe it's time that you need to make the move, to find your wish fulfillment, to be complete in your own energy. We got the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and we got the Six of Wands on the top of the deck. So I think by changing your environment is going to allow you to help raise your frequency and change your inner frequency. You could very well be having to stick up for yourself, or there could be fights or drama around you at this time. And I think you're finally making the decision to walk away from this and cut your losses. This is where you will find success and wish fulfillment of a independent frequency. Is there anything else regarding this, Spirit? Two of Pentacles. Somebody's got you juggling. Somebody wants you to juggle. Somebody wants you to be unbalanced. And great Eight of Wands as well. So I think once you do this, if you're finding that you're in a stagnant energy right now and having a hard time to balance things out, I think by you taking this leap of faith and walking, moving towards calmer waters, standing on some sort of business, this is going to bring you some peace of mind. You're not going to be juggling as much. You could very well be juggling quite a lot right now. You could have too many irons in the fire. But I do see a lot more, things are going to be speeding up. You're going to get a lot more offers coming in. So if things have been stagnant, things are going to speed up for you. Overall, I think this is a good plan. I don't see anything negative about this. You may be fearing that there's going to be too many irons in the fire and you're having to juggle it all on your own. But I have a feeling that there's going to be good success with this because ultimately, um, I feel like you're cutting your losses at this time regarding someone or something. I kind of got the impression that it was work related. Yeah, the seed in the reverse. So you've got some very dormant energy right now. You've been stewing and festering with anxiety and stress. And this is going to be eradicated once you make this decision. Regarding relationships, the Nine of Cups came out. So it's about finding your own wish fulfillment within yourself first. And I think that time alone in solitude is going to help you alchemize of what you really want, and you can kind of, I don't know, make a list of, raise your standards, bring yourself to a new point of view of what you really want and really kind of focus on that. We do got the Gemini full moon here now, so it's definitely something about communication. And Spirit's saying something about communicating to the universe of what you actually want, what would be your fulfillment. But I think solitude and just finding peace is crucial right now because there's still some healing I feel that you need to work on. And showing up for yourself. Because I'm really kind of feeling like some sort of an emptiness regarding you. And you're trying to find someone to fill that void. And it's something that it's not something that somebody else can do. It's something you need to feel complete within yourself and content within yourself first before you can move forward, like within a relationship. There's still some stuff that you need to kind of process before you can move up and move forward. But I think once you do that, things are going to start to speed up. You're going to know because you're going to start to get offers. And I wouldn't just take the first offer. Yeah, maybe go out on a date, maybe go out for a drink, go out for a coffee or something, whatever you choose to do. But don't end it right there, you know. Don't automatically settle because there's a bunch of different offers that are going to come in and you're going to have to make up your mind. And I think as you alchemize this energy within and you up your frequency, the divine's going to bring you in different offers that are going to be questionable. And the whole object of this is to basically choose yourself and not settle. I think this is the next lesson for you. Because I feel like you did a lot of settling in the last couple of relationships you were in. And it kind of burnt you in the end. So this is where you kind of learn to alchemize and find out what you want, put it out into the universe, and be patient with that manifestation. But I do see something about you. It's going to happen rather quickly. But I do see you dating sometime around Christmas. So the more you pour into yourself, the quicker this is going to come in for you. Okay? But yeah, there's definitely something work related where you've got a lot of irons in the fire too as well. So you really haven't had a chance to alchemize this past this past relationship. So I think finding peace and officially learning the lessons of not settling for less, I think, is evident in the situation. Welcome in, Alyssa. There's going to be a bunch of different offers, but it's up to you. It's your journey. It all depends on how you. I wouldn't, if there's anybody involved with work, I wouldn't take them up on the offer. Don't mix business with pleasure. Make sure that they are outside of work. But depending on if you're on any type of apps or social media, it all depends on what you're on as far as the ways of meeting people or how you usually meet people. Like if you go out and you frequent the bar, you frequent the club or a coffee shop or something, I do feel that there very well could be somewhere something about you meeting someone out and about, and then there very well could be that you're meeting people on an app. I think you're going to be getting both. If that's the case, maybe it's time to ask for a raise. If they're trying to get you to do supervisor work and they've got you on a basic pay, like if they want you to do supervisor work, say I'm open to it, but if there's going to be more responsibility, then you deserve a higher pay. You wouldn't want to be taken advantage of. Spirit, what's the overall message? What's the overall message from my collective? Again, collective, this is an open table, so if you want to send me a super chat with a question, I'll be happy to help you out with that. If you want just a general message, you can go ahead and throw me a super sticker. Alright, so there's definitely something here about somebody getting justice. Things are balancing out. We got the Hierophant out here with the Justice card, 2 higher arcana. There's definitely justice and balance coming in for someone. I think this is some sort of divine justice. What's more on the Hierophant, please? The 10 of Wands. One more. King of Pentacles. There's heavy Taurus energy here. Can I get one more for the Hierophant? Thank you. Page of Wands. And then there's Justice. Let's see. Six of Swords reversed. Justice. The Six of Pentacles. Can I get one more for Justice, please? The Death card. Okay. So whoever this message is for, you're going through a rebirth. And things are going to balance out where you are. This is weathering the storm. And this Justice is coming in because you weathered the storm. There's something here about a non-reciprocity. So it was a one-way street in a particular situation. You're getting justice for that. And there's definitely a rebirth to whatever you were building because you didn't walk away. You weathered the storm, but it also brought a resistance. And where you felt that you were not getting reciprocity, this is actually initiating some sort of a rebirth. The divine is ending something. There's some sort of burdens being ended. And a new solid foundation being brought to you, as well as a new inspiration, a new idea is being brought to you. There's definitely change happening here, collective. It's because you weathered the storm. Welcome in, Emma. Welcome in, AOP. So, karmic message in the reverse. So there's definitely a divine message here. What's the overall energy of this reading, Spirit? Loss. Can I get 3? Can I get 2 more? Communication. Loss of communication. Can I get one more? And repression. So somebody does not want you communicating something. Somebody's trying to repress you. Somebody's trying to make you lose something. And I think that's what you're getting justice for. For weathering the storm. There's definitely some sort of a rebirth. regarding this weathering. There's a new idea coming in. There's definitely an inspiration coming in, an ending to burdens, and a new foundation. I'm really picking up on the fact that there's definitely something coming in where there's a new foundation regarding your finances or your stability. Somebody's coming in with a new offer, a new idea. It's a very passionate offer. Somebody sees a great loss and sees there's been a miscommunication. Somebody's been held back from communicating with you. This could be a Taurus. It's heavy Taurus energy. The fact that you had to weather a particular storm with no reciprocity, it brought you into some sort of rebirth, which is partially your justice in itself. Can I get more on the Hierophant? The Star and Justice in reverse. The Four of Swords in the reverse. So, tell me more about the Ten of Wands. The Six of Wands. Okay. So the end of your burdens. There's a moon here, so there could have been something hidden from you. Can I get more on the Ten of Wands? The King of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So there's something about a King of Cups, Eight of Swords. Because your heart is so guarded, this is untrapping you from some sort of burdens. You're gaining some sort of success because you guarded your heart. The King of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles. So somebody was colluding against you with other people, and that's falling through the cracks. It could have been a King of Pentacles. They could have been colluding against your stability. Welcome in, Laurie. Page of Wands. The Two of Swords. So this new idea, this new inspiration, you're going to have to make a decision about this. Tell me more about the Page of Wands, Spirit. The Emperor. Maybe it's a leadership position. It's like somebody's been holding back communication about some sort of loss. It's coming, some sort of, something that was done in the dark is coming to light. Something about collusion against an emperor. You're no longer trapped. The entrapment was apparently an illusion that was being placed on you. There's definitely some sort of success about ending some sort of burdens. What about the Six of Pentacles reversed? The Ace of Swords. So, yeah, somebody was lying. There was deception here. Six of Pentacles. The Four of Swords. Okay. Somebody is definitely trying to find rest after lying and being non-reciprocal. There's a happy new beginning coming in, a very passionate new beginning. What's the Six of Swords reversed? Six of Swords reversed, King of Wands. Because you stood on business and you weathered the storm, you took a leadership position in something, regardless if there was a reciprocity. There's chaos, and somebody was defaming your character and the quality of work, or your talents or abilities. Queen of Wands here in the reverse. Discrediting your intuition. It could be a Sagittarius doing this. Something's going to be revealed to you. The King of Pentacles. Something tells me you're going to be stepping into some sort of new stability with whatever this is, Spirit's saying. Nine of Swords. The truth is coming out. You did the work to overcome something. What's the Death card reversed? The High Priestess. The Ten of Cups. And the Four of Pentacles. So some sort of wish fulfillment that you thought was there, it disempowered you to the point where you had to keep your cards close to your chest. This was a new stability, new bit of stability, and it was supposed to be of something of happiness, and it's basically disempowered you, or it did disempower you. And I'm really picking up on the fact that things are going to balance out. There's definitely some sort of new, I'm picking up some sort of Temperance and Queen of Wands. So this could very well be a Sag coming in with some sort of information. Or they could have been defaming your character behind the scenes. Could be a King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, that this was happening to. I'm really picking that up because of the Emperors out here. Somebody took a leadership position and somebody was defaming you. Somebody's coming in to let you know that there's some sort of lies and deception. Somebody wants a new beginning with you. It's like they're gaining their strength to come in after a time. Somebody wants a rebirth. Somebody wants a do-over. Somebody wants to start over with you. The Hermit. They had a huge wake-up call. Somebody was successful with ending some sort of burdens. Somebody needs to have hope through this injustice. The divine is with them. I do feel that there's some sort of angelics and angels watching over whoever this message is for. And I do feel this is divine justice. Somebody's very wealthy and they have a new idea about how you can release your burdens. There was a non-reciprocity, inability to walk away, and having to face some sort of a rebirth to which there's balance coming in after repression and a loss. Somebody lost communication. I'm also picking up the fact that you're still continuing to move forward and balance things out after a lot of chaos about feeling helpless. And you're building a new foundation for yourself, which is a huge wake-up call. Somebody tried to manipulate some sort of a Ten of Pentacles for you. Or somebody's losing a Ten of Pentacles for manipulating you. This could be a Taurus. Heavy on the Taurus. And there's could very well be information coming in. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Three of Wands. Yeah. They were trying to take away your fortune, or they were trying to siphon from that, or take you or distract you from your destiny or your forward movement. They want you to miss out. But this burden came to an end. This person was extremely selfish to an empress that was finding wish fulfillment within themselves. And they tried to create some sort of chaos where there was none and disempower them with dark magic, when all they were doing is focusing on themselves. There's some sort of devil energy here about ruining a foundation, a commitment, a love offer, and leaving somebody in the dark, and stealing money. Stealing a foundation, stealing a house in order to be independent. And now they're having to give it back in order to not go to jail. Yeah, there's justice coming in. Six of Pentacles. They have a choice to either be bring this reciprocity or a gift. They're sad that they have to give up this gift that they tried to manipulate. Somebody's watching. They don't want to walk away, and they're second guessing it. Things have gone stagnant. Something to do with the past and the inability to walk away from the past, and feeling an anxiety about some sort of truth coming out and somebody making a decision about emotionally manipulating someone and they not getting the upper hand. The Four of Cups. Yeah, somebody's not satisfied about the fact that they're being cut out from a third party. A King of Swords is about to speak up some sort of truth and end out a cycle. They've been working hard to bring judgment and death and calling back their power. So death to a situation and calling back their power and rectifying a situation. Now that they know the truth, somebody is about to be exposed. A King of Cups. It could be a Cancer individual, a Cancer Pisces individual, or Scorpio, masculine. Knight of Swords. Somebody's coming forward with information about a botched union. This sounds like a Jerry Springer show. There's major conflict regarding this Two of Cups in the reverse. And somebody's going to jail. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles could be going to jail. Or maybe the Queen of Wands is going to jail. There's a feminine. It could be a Sag. It could be a somebody here. It's either that or somebody was not nurturing their intuition. They were somehow manipulating an emperor to turn into a tyrant because they were collaborating and cutting out some sort of third parties, but unable to move forward due to some sort of emotions or illusions. They're very steadfast in their opinions. They're very balanced within their masculine and feminine energies, making a choice. Somebody's apologizing because somebody can't move forward. There's a Queen of Swords. There's somebody very, very deceptive. I'm really picking up on a feminine Gemini. Trying to piss off a King of Wands and keep them from moving forward. To nurture and show some sort of compassion. Five of Wands, now they want to reconcile. They're trying to find a strategic way to come forward, but they can't move forward. They're blocked by angels. Whatever the situation, this is divinely led, collective. So there's definitely some sort of divine justice coming in. There was a whole group of people working together to bring about some sort of demise, and it all blew up in their face by the looks of it. Welcome in, Ashley. Welcome in, Wendy. Welcome in, Sarah. So yeah, it's $1 a card. If you'd like to jump in on this, you want to throw me a message. $1 a card for a message. Super chat if you have a question. A super sticker if you just want a general message. I'm going to open up hypesee now. Hypesee is open for a 15% discount over there too as well. So I will be checking out hypesee in a moment, and I will be hooking that up. So if you want to go over there to hypesee, the link is in the description box as well, the comment section of this video. Life savings on a bag of coffee last night. Yeah. Welcome in, Celestial Guardian. Thank you, Wendy. I got you, my dear. I'm guided to my stained glass, so I'm gonna go ahead with that for your message. Lori Line, thank you. Alright, Spirit, what's the best blessed message for Wendy? What's the best blessed message for Wendy? Okay, so, somebody's leaving you in the dark, Wendy. You're wondering whatever you're pouring your energy into is worth it. I also feel that you're trying to step into this Empress energy, into this abundant, attractive, nurturing kind of energy, inspired to nurture that what you have. There's definitely something hidden. There's definitely illusions here. Somebody you think is telling you the truth. I feel that there's some sort of deception here. Somebody's hiding the truth from you. And it's almost as if somebody doesn't want to go to jail, or somebody doesn't want you to move forward. They're wanting you to feel trapped. And the reason why they're withholding this truth is because they're trying to keep you from moving forward. It's almost kind of giving me like somebody doesn't want you to lose out on what you do for them. And this is why they're holding back the truth. I'm kind of feeling like this is work related. If it's not work related, it's definitely something regarding finances, I feel. I'm also picking up here, if somebody tells the truth, somebody's going to jail. We got the 8 of Swords and the Chariot in the reverse, and they don't want to go to jail. So they're hiding the truth. They're trying to keep somebody in the dark with the Sun. They're trying to overthrow an Empress energy. And the 7 of Pentacles on its side, this is basically speaking on whatever you're pouring into. Is it bearing fruit? Is it going to bear a harvest? I think could be your big question here. The Page of Swords. Somebody's not learning their lesson. Somebody doesn't want to communicate. Somebody's uninspired to communicate. Okay. Something about a choice. Something about maybe there's a King of Cups here and that they're missing out. King of Cups in the reverse. 3 of Wands in reverse. And that's clarifying the Chariot. So this could be a Cancer needing to speak the truth, but is hiding the truth because they don't want to miss out. They don't want to go to jail. They don't want to deal with something. They're having to make a choice. The Magician is in the reverse, so there's definitely some sort of manipulation here. Somebody made a choice and it's in the dark. This is something that if it comes to light, it's going to piss you off, but ultimately it will set you free. And that's why someone is keeping it from you. The 2 of Swords on its side, they don't want you to make a decision. They don't want to make this decision because it's going to disempower them. They're trying to keep things a secret. The 2 of Cups. They don't want this relationship going dry and being put to rest. If they make this decision or whatever else, if you find out what's being left in the dark, it's going to set you free. Ultimately, it's going to get you to make a choice. And somebody's going to be stuck up in their head. They're going to be trapped in their head. They very well could be trapped in their head of what to do. So if there's a Cancer around you, very depressed, kind of moody, they're probably hiding something from you. The Ace of Swords, yeah, there's definitely some sort of lies and deception here. So that way you don't move forward. They're trying to cloud your head. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. They see what you are made of. They see what you're capable of. They see your potential, and this is why they don't want to let you go. Because of what you've done for them. But it's almost like they're regretful for wanting their cake and eat it too. It's the kind of feeling I'm getting. Yeah, Four of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles. So they want a solid connection with you, but they don't feel they have anything to offer you. It could very well beg you to stay, but they're going to face judgment for that, for what they've done. The Four of Swords, the Chariot. Something about this jail, if they go to jail, they're going to be put to rest. Like, so there very well could be some sort of fear of going to jail, because if they go to jail, they're going to be put to rest, literally. But it's all lies. It's all a fear. I don't know if it's that extensive, if it's that detrimental. I think they're blowing it out of proportion. They're making a mountain out of a molehill. It's the feeling I'm picking up on. But they definitely allowed their emotions to get the better of them. It's really kind of, I'm picking up on that. They do regret what they've done. And I think this is what's got them all beside themselves and unable to sleep. And got them in anxiety. Because they know they did something wrong and they don't know how to bring it about. They're trying to keep it quiet. They're trying to change their tune. But it's eating them alive. I don't know how that resonates with you there, Wendy, but that's your message. All right, Lori, let's see what we got here. All right, I'm going to go over to hypesee here. Hang on. Just give me a second. Well, is your ex a Cancer? It very well could be... No, he's a Leo. Okay. What's going on with this? The King of Cups. Maybe your ex is still lurking. Or there very well could be a water sign ex. Maybe this is a different ex that you haven't been around or whatever for a long, long time. Maybe they're reminiscing about old times. It just very well could be that, I guess they know what they want now. Maybe that's why they're lurking. The Six of Swords. Somebody didn't want to walk away from you. Somebody still loves you, maybe? The King of Wands right here, the Lovers. Yeah, the King of Wands did not want to make that choice. He didn't feel adequate. It's like he didn't have much to offer. He didn't want to walk away. He wanted to weather the storm. He didn't want to make the choice. Okay. Three of Wands. He wants to move forward with you. But he's going to face judgment if he keeps up doing what he's doing. The Six of Wands. He's on the precipice of being exposed. We got the Six of Wands on its side. Knight of Cups. It very well could be that he's trying to come in, but he's emotionally manipulating you somehow. Right? I totally agree with you. Well, I'm crossing my fingers for you that, you know, you get to move on in 2026. Like, I'm not trying to get you to relive the situation. All I know here is that they don't necessarily want to walk away. They apparently know what they want now. And with the King of Wands in the reverse, they're definitely pissed off at the fact that, you know, that you want no contact. They're being patient, thinking that that's going to help. But they're going to face judgment. They're being exposed. So either way, if you're moving on, then you're moving on. I don't blame you. I'm not trying to rewrite history here. Right, okay. All right, Laurie. Page of Cups. He's coming in with an apology. He had a huge wake-up call. Knight of Cups. He wants to come in with some sort of compassion. He's not letting up. He knows he's an idiot. He knows he doesn't have anything to offer you. He knows that you're moving towards what you're meant to do. But he's emotionally fucking inept, and he's emotionally dependent on you. Yeah, the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. He knows that you don't want to make this decision and move forward with him. The Four of Swords, he's all in anxiety. He can't even sleep. And he's feeling helpless. He's being very strategic. Eight of Wands. He's losing everything, and all these burdens are coming to an end. He can't move forward. It's kind of giving me like he doesn't feel like he can move forward without you. He wants a new beginning. He wants to marry you. He wants to be dedicated to you. And he wants to move forward with you. But he's a fucking tyrant. you might have to get a restraining order. Trying to figure out how he can collaborate to build his strength. He wants to collaborate with you. He wants to bring in some sort of stability. But I can see that, like, even if a reconcile happens, he's very selfish. And it's like he doesn't want you having anybody else. He's very overwhelmed. I'd be definitely cutting cords, getting a restraining order. If you don't want him in your life, I would definitely be getting a restraining order and putting your foot down. Yeah, he's cutting out some sort of third-party bullshit, King of Cups. He's trying to emotionally manipulate you. He hasn't changed one bit. He's going to say that he's had a wake-up call. And hopefully he's not going to come in before Christmas, because that would, I don't know. Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. He's sad. He's out in the cold. He's going to say that he loves you, but he's just going to betray you again. So, yeah. I guess this is a warning to just keep your eyes open. He's up to his fuck shit again. Okay? All right, Lori. Spirit, let's move on to Lori. Lori, are you here? All right. What's going on with Lori? The cards are talking tonight. All right, so Six of Cups, something from the past, nostalgia. Ten of Wands, there's some sort of healing going on, or open wounds being open. The Three of Pentacles, this is something about third-party collusion, or a third-party dynamic isn't working business-wise. Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands reversed. Somebody's not getting the upper hand after all the work that they put into something. Six of Wands, something is being exposed. The Queen of Wands, your intuition is already telling you this, but you're building a new foundation within your stability and within your heart space. So I really feel that you're going through an awakening after pouring into the wrong person, into the wrong thing. You're nurturing your stability. You're nurturing your ability to be intuitive. You're nurturing your integrity. And something of the lack thereof, pouring energy into something that really blood, sweat, and tears is being exposed. But Spirit's really kind of emphasizing that you're not the problem. All right, Lori? All right, you're not the problem, Lori. You very well could be nostalgic at this time of the past, of everything that you poured into. It tends to be a thing that we think about, the nostalgia from the past year, right? What's been hidden from you, the stagnance, as to why the stagnance. There's something to do with the Lovers here, making a decision, choosing yourself, ultimately, walking away from a particular situation. But you're feeling like walking away from the storm is like you're not going to be able to move forward. somebody's trying to stagnate you, or you're feeling stagnant. You're kind of at a loss of direction or of taking action. It's mainly because you're building a new foundation. You're recalibrating your inner world in order for your outer world to change. I think to some degree this is the extent that you can't move forward yet because you haven't learned the lesson. There's still some unfinished business. There's loose ends that maybe you need to tie up regarding the past in order to step into this new season that the divine has for you. This is also being exposed to you at this time as to the reason why you're not moving forward and why you're not leveling up and gaining the upper hand on something here. You're rebuilding your foundation for your finances, your stability, as well as your emotions. And I think this is evident. This is definitely evidence of you alchemizing the pain from the past. You're stepping up and letting your intuition to guide you forward. And this is what it's requiring you to do at this time. With the Queen of Wands here, this is you stepping into nurturing your integrity and nurturing your intuition. And I feel that this is helping you alchemize that stability and your emotions, your ability to love yourself again. After pouring a whole hell of a lot of energy and intention into something that you thought you were building and going to get a harvest. There is a harvest coming, but it's going to take some sort of alchemy to get it. There could have been something regarding work. It could very well be that you're being called back to work, where there might have been some sort of sabotage at work. It could have been a layoff, a demotion of some sort due to a third party at work. Somebody wants to heal that. It's like they want to spin the block and come back and say, yeah, remember this whole situation, da-da-da-da, and I got you to walk away? No, I want you to come back. Can we retract that? And I'm really kind of picking up on the fact that somebody wants to give you a raise. You could have very well left this job for a lover, and then this whole lover's aspect of this relationship kind of went south. You might be going back to ask for your job back after you recalibrate your footing. But I do find you healing from this. I do find you finding a new foundation after being left in the cold. Again, your intuition is guiding you through this whole experience. So listen, don't question it. It's trying to show you something. It's trying to educate you on your next move. This has a lot to do with calling your power back. We got the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this was a major loss. It could have been a job. It could have been a house. This was hard to walk away from. But it was almost a blessing in disguise because it brought you some peace too. And certain things were revealed to you, which was a major wake-up call. There will be reciprocity to this. You will find your strength. Somebody's dependent on your ability to do certain things, so that's why I think they're going to call you back to work. You're very, very talented in a particular energy, in a particular way, and somebody wants to call you back. It's like they're reliant on you. Welcome in, Roxanne. So what was supposed to be a loss was actually a blessing in disguise, is what the cards are telling me. Thank you, Raymond. King of Cups. What about this King of Cups? You could be dealing with the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in this love department. You could be guarding your heart right now after some sort of blow up. The Ace of Wands in reverse. A new beginning went to shit. Welcome in, Serena. Okay, this could be a Cancer that you're dealing with. King of Cups, the Chariot, an Emperor in the reverse. But I'm more or less thinking that your heart is guarded. You're having to guard your heart after all this bullshit happened. You may be dealing with the tyrant that doesn't want to go to jail. I also picking up that somebody got demoted at work as well. Somebody lost their position. Somebody lost their manager position and they're not moving forward. This is definitely not you. It could have been somebody that you were dealing with, that you cut out. But somebody's definitely not getting the upper hand. Something's being exposed. And you're standing in your power and healing. Somebody wants to heal a sabotage from the past. But this is somebody you walked away from. You chose yourself. They wanted you to choose you, but you chose yourself instead. And it brought an end to their whole idea of controlling you and stopping you. You did the right thing. I wouldn't let these motherfuckers back in, Laurie. Whoever this is. And as far as the job, I would be using your discernment. Page of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. He very well could be left out in the cold and he's coming in to give you a little pentacle. He doesn't have much to offer you. He may come in and beg you. Is there anything else going on for Laurie that they need to know about? Six of Wands, you have success and victory coming in. Stand on business. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, because there was no reciprocity, you have the upper hand in this. Yeah, don't move forward with this person. If somebody comes in with this bright, brand new idea from the past, don't buy it. It's not going to be reciprocal. Continue focusing on what you're focusing on, Lori. Spirit's saying something about you being on the right track and somebody's trying to come in and distract you from what you're doing. Stay the course. What's the situation with Raymond? Who are these new suitors? What do they look like? What are their characteristics? Nicely dressed. Braids. Thank you, Roxanne. Wavy hair. Maybe a medium skin tone. There's no facial hair for you. Probably, you're probably like, thank God. But there could very well be somebody of a masculine individual. It could very well be a soulmate coming in. But this could just be a friendship, a new friendship coming in. This one's younger than you. Curly hair, medium hair. They don't have any type of markings. One of them is not skinny. Maybe there's one that is. Somebody is not blonde. They might have a scar. They might not have a beard. They might not be a woman. They could be a redhead. And somebody could be pregnant. It's funny that you said, do they have any kids? And then I get the pregnant card. Somebody's mature. Somebody wears white clothing. Somebody's not muscular. Somebody might not be a white American. So that's what I got for you. I already told you, don't be with anybody at your work. If you want to go against that, then I'm not getting into that. Your circus, your monkeys. You don't want to listen to my advice, don't fucking come and ask me. Because I'm not going to sit here and give more time to you later on when you come back and cry to me that it didn't work out. And that you lost your job because you got influenced by somebody at work. I've already had multiple people come into my chat, you know, getting involved with people at work and then losing their job because shit got out of hand. So do what you're going to do, boo. You don't want to listen? Don't come in here asking me questions that I've already spoken on. You don't want to be focused on anybody at work for a relationship. It's not the way to go about it. It's a way to screw your life over. It's a way to get yourself fired. So it's either that, or if you want to deal, if you feel that the person at work is worth it, quit your job, get a different job, and then date them. But don't mix business with pleasure. Even in my own experience, I've known that in my own experience. It gets very awkward. But you suit yourself. You do what you're going to do. I'm not here to be your mommy or your daddy. I'm your reader. And if you don't want to listen to your reader, then do what you're going to do. Leave me out of it. I already told you that you need to focus on yourself. But you're still hooked up on this relationship. The divine's got hands on that. That's out of my hands. So if you want to go ahead and go against the divine and, you know, choose otherwise, then chances are it's going to end up in a karmic blowout and you're not going to end up with a very happy heart. But you do what you're going to do. Yeah, never shit where you eat. Yeah, pretty much. Read your friend Tina. Is Tina hanging out and sitting next to you there, Roxanne? You know what, Raymond? I'm gonna laugh if you end up having some gay guy come at you, wanting to be with you because of your big burly beard. That'd be hilarious. The divine's got jokes. I'm gonna laugh if by next week you're gonna get hit on by a dude. That'd be hilarious. Please come back and tell me all about it. Oh, welcome in, Michael. Yeah, I'll hook up Tina with the reading. Spirit, what deck am I going to use for Tina? I'm being called to my spirit, my animal song deck. Okay. Let's see. What's going on with Tina, Spirit? Welcome in, Crystal. I got my hypesee hooked up, so you can go over to the hypesee link there in the comment section of the description box, order a reading, or you can send me a super chat with a question. If you just want a general message, you can send me a super sticker of any denomination. It's $1 a card. What's going on with Tina? Hanging out with Roxanne. Something to do with her health. What's this? The Page of Shells. Sitting with the broken heart. Heal your broken heart. There's definitely something about healing your broken heart, my dear. You've dealt with a lot of pain, a lot of sadness. And that's the truth. The Ace of Feathers is coming out. You're going to get some major mental clarity coming in with that. It's going to release a lot of your stresses. Collaboration and productivity. There's definitely somebody coming in to collaborate with you. You are going to find some sort of clarity regarding the situation. You really haven't been getting a lot of compassion regarding your health. Maybe your doctor's been rather cold with you. There could be somebody here that's been rather cold. Your intuition is screaming at you and you're not listening. You need to open up to your intuition and what your body is telling you. You need to find a new discipline and be determined to overcome this. What's the scoop, Spirit? What does Tina need to know? You need to continue having hope. You need to find peace within yourself. This is going to definitely help with your healing. It's paramount that you continue to have hope. The worst is over, I feel. Then, like, once you heal this broken heart, a lot of your issues, a lot of your calamity and your challenges are going to be reconciled. But you need to recognize the truth for what it is and listen to your intuition. This is a lot of soul searching, reevaluation on how you treated your body in the past. And there needs to be some sort of discipline in switching that up for yourself. You've been very stubborn. Yeah, you haven't been taking action and you haven't been focusing on what's important. You've been fighting with yourself. There's been a lot of conflict around you that hasn't helped that healing, the healing process either. You're choosing to pour into people that aren't pouring back into you. There's no reciprocity there. It's stressing you out. It's depleting you of your energy. You need to use discernment as to who you're chilling with and somehow find a way to release this anger. It's removing you from your progress and dedication. You need to very much focus on your stability, your security, and your foundation. Your finances. There's a lot of reevaluation and soul searching that you need to do. I do recommend the chakra meditation. Roxanne, maybe you can show her the post side of the page at some point and show her the chakra diagram that I have there and find out where her pain is within her body and find out what she might need to unblock within her energies, within her energy centers. I think that very well could be, it could very well be the situation that might help her. A lot of ailments are energetic, but a lot of us don't look at it like that. It's an imbalance within our bodies or whatever else, and it has something to do with frequency. Three of Acorns, be patient. Things will come to fruition, and you're going to be able to have the foresight and the knowledge to move forward, but you need to release this anger, because this anger is really what's got you going. It's taking you out of focus and taking action. And yeah, you need to collaborate with your higher power, your intuition, your body. You need to listen to it in order to better it and better your discipline, and collaborate with your higher power, collaborate with your higher self. Really bring some peace and balance back to your life. If that means cutting certain people out because they're toxic, maybe that's something that you need to do. The Knight of Crystals, yeah, it's pretty well got you stopped. It's playing on your determination and in your endurance, holding you captive. Mainly it's because you're not dealing with your stress the way that you should. It's about taking a new leap of faith in this new adventure of self-awareness and peace. A super chat or super sticker, or there's the link in the description box or the comments of this video. Either one. You go check out hypesee, see what the readings are that are there. Otherwise, come on back and throw me a super chat with the question. There's a lot of inner work that needs to be done. You need to contemplate. You need to follow the wisdom that's being given to you by your intuition. And you've been lying to yourself. You haven't been trusting yourself, and you haven't been honest with yourself. And I think this is going to bring about some sort of major change with your health. And I think by you not listening to your body and you ignoring it, I think this has been a part of your issues, health-wise. It's creating an imbalance within your body. There could be a detox and quite possibly a parasite cleanse. Something to do with a parasite cleanse is what Spirit's speaking on. I'm not saying that you have a parasite, but it might be something to look into and check off the list. Maybe doing a detox, maybe doing a fasting would help in that situation. Look into it, do some research for which one's best for you. But I do see you taking a leap of action and, you know, being creative and finding your confidence again. But this requires you to be honest with yourself and move forward. Welcome in, Gray. I hope that helped there, Tina. The Eight of Crystals in reverse. I keep being called back to a broken heart, and being in this broken heart so much that it's created a victim mentality. And it's like you're stuck in this victim mentality, and it's wreaked havoc on your health. You're not feeling like you're amounting to anything. You're not feeling like you're worthy. You've lost your dedication. You've lost your inspiration for progress. And you need to fight to get that back. It's one of the common denominators in your healing experience, is finding your self-worth and finding your courage and your inspiration again. That's the game changer. Upping and changing your frequency. And I think the chakra meditation would help you out immensely. And this is about choosing you and pouring love back into yourself. There's a lot of childhood trauma very well that you could be dealing with, that you could be holding on to, carrying with you, and you need to find a way to release that, my dear. And it's mainly just showing up for you and showing yourself compassion. Maybe forgiving yourself for going through a bunch of shit that you know you shouldn't have. Maybe you should have stepped up and chose yourself. I think that's predominantly important in the situation. Spirit saying something about be determined and dedicated at finding inner peace, because that's definitely going to help in the situation. Good, good. All right, I'm open. So if there's anybody else that wants a message, throw me a super chat. Did you want a little message there, Roxanne? You threw me a $1.99. Do you have any questions? Okay. Spirit, is there anything that you want to speak to on Roxanne? So there's been some sort of an awakening that you've had? Something was brought to light about some sort of level up with the Wheel of Fortune in your destiny? I'm kind of picking up on the fact that something come to light and it's like, it's made you bitter. And ultimately, Spirit's saying something about applying the lesson, taking action and applying to the lesson. rather than allowing it to create bitterness in your heart. It's like wasted time is the feeling I'm picking up on. Like you wasted all this time with this idiot, such and such. And it's making you bitter, the fact that you wasted so much time with this person. Don't allow it to make you bitter, though. Okay? Don't be feeling bitter because you wasted time. This person was extremely deceptive to you. And at the time of him being deceptive, you couldn't have known anything. So stop beating yourself up about it. It's not something to feel bitter about. It's something to take action and raise your standards. Create some boundaries. And stand on business regarding this. Certain things were revealed to you. This is helping you level up. And if you allow the bitterness to take over, you're not going to level up. All it's doing is taking you out of your higher frequency. So release the bitterness. And my right ear just went right off on it. I'm taking that as a confirmation. You too as well there, Gray. Thank you so much for stopping in. You need to focus on yourself first, and the divine will provide you. You need to level up out of this lower frequency first in order to receive it. The divine needs to know that you're doing the work in order to empower yourself and rise above it and nurture yourself. And as you do that, the divine will send you someone. But ultimately, you need to know and stand on your standards, stand on your boundaries. The divine will test you. The whole idea is to not settle. The whole idea is to learn the lesson and apply the lesson. Use your discernment. That way you're not going to get swindled again. And the divine will provide you with a beautiful relationship, but it needs to know that you're ready for it. And the way that the divine knows that you're ready for it is once you alchemize it and stand on business. But this is a great awakening to the bitterness and the sadness that you feel right now. It's all being revealed to you, real time. The divine wants you to level up. The Wheel of Fortune, the world, and the moon. Everything is being revealed for you to apply it. So apply it. Right? And you will level up. And you will have destiny walk into your favor. But unless you do the work, and if you don't apply it, and if you stay in this bitter frequency, it's not going to work. It's going to piss you off, if anything. You do have a new beginning. But you're having to make that judgment call about your broken heart. And stop overthinking it. Okay? Johnny T's son. Alright, Johnny. Spirit, what's going on with Johnny? Spirit's saying something about you being at the precipice of a new beginning, but you're kind of scatterbrained at this time. Not exactly sure what direction you're going in. It's just kind of, everything's all up in the air at this time. You're unsure of where you're going. You're unsure as to where you're going, what you're doing, how you're getting there. Spirit's saying something again about going within. A lot of you need to go within. Stop being so distracted by your outer world. The inner world is very, very predominantly important right now to elevate into this higher frequency. What's the best blessed message for Johnny? The Knight of Wands. Yeah, on its side. You don't know where or how to take action at this time. You don't know what to pour into. You don't know what decision to make. It's because it's the divine's decision to make. This isn't a decision that you can make. It's talking about surrendering to the divine. It's talking about surrendering and going within yourself, focusing on you. Just what I said, 7 of Cups in reverse. This isn't something that you can walk away from. You're betraying yourself. And you need to stand in your power and call your power back. There's a leadership position here for you. It's about you taking action. About you taking action within your integrity and staying in this integrity frequency. Leading by example. Letting your passion follow. Letting you follow through with your passion. But there's a feeling here about you not really having much to offer. That you don't really have much. You're kind of grasping at straws at this point. You don't know what decision to make. You're kind of at a crossroads sort of thing. You don't even know what to pour into, what to focus on. But the whole thing is you're not trapped. It's about going within and reigniting that passion. Reigniting that inner light and allowing that inner light to guide you. And this is something that you have to face. The 3 of Wands, yeah. You're feeling like you're missing out on something. You're feeling like you're behind. You're feeling like there's not a reciprocity. You keep pouring into things that aren't pouring back into you. It's because you're abandoning yourself. You're betraying yourself. By not pouring into you, by going within first. To figure that out. About your own personal needs. About what you need for your life. Again, the seven of Cups in the reverse, focusing on yourself. Stop being so distracted and overwhelmed by outer circumstances. It's jeopardizing your stability. It's jeopardizing your inspiration. It's jeopardizing your purpose. It's jeopardizing the passion and the ability to move forward. Allow your intuition and your heart to guide you. Because right now, your happiness is on the fence. And by you being so distracted, you're throwing that of happiness, you're throwing it away. And the divine is trying to collaborate with you. Your higher self is trying to collaborate with you to find a new stability within yourself and within your purpose. But unless you surrender to the divine and you surrender to your passions and really listen to your inner version of yourself to find out what it needs to align to your passion, you're not going to have forward direction. You're just going to go and be distracted by something else. And the thing is that you're pretty well stopped in your tracks, and you're feeling depleted because you're pouring yourself into everything that's not pouring into you. And this is why you're left depleted, because you're not getting fulfillment out of whatever you're focusing on. The apple don't fall far from the tree where it comes to you and your mother. And this is how hereditary karmic situations happen, right? By your mom being in a situation where she's pouring into everything but herself, she comes out with health conditions. And because she's not in an equilibrium within herself, within her passions, within her, within her overall inspiration and what she feels within her heart, and if there's no balance there, there's health conditions that come out and arise. And she's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's pretty well the same thing with you. It's about coming back into alignment with your inner frequency and finding out where you need to heal, do the healing, empower yourself, raise your frequency. And it's about your inner world materializing in your outer world. As soon as you heal the inner world, your outer world has no other choice but to assimilate to that inner world. And just as it's been said by Jesus, the temple of God is within you. If that temple of God within you is all full of chaos, what do you expect your outer world to be? If you choose to betray yourself, then you will be betrayed, because you will be in that betrayal frequency. And to some degree, we're basically shooting ourselves in the foot. When the higher power is trying to collaborate with us, but if we're not willing to look within, how do we expect our outer world to change? It's a big question. Like, I've dealt with depression, anxiety pretty well my whole life. But it was my outer world that brought that imbalance. As soon as I started focusing on my inner peace, my outer world started changing. The people started changing. I started moving away and automatically distancing myself naturally from all these toxic individuals. And now, for the most part, my experience is pretty peaceful because I brought my inner world to peace. So I'm speaking of personal experience, of how that's changed my life and how I've elevated because of it. So heal the inner world and your outer world changes. Show yourself some compassion. Show up for your inner child. And be reciprocal to yourself, and yourself will be reciprocal to you. And stop manipulating the ability to heal and thinking that you're not good enough or that you're not worthy of healing. You are the magician. You have all the tools necessary within your toolbox, within yourself, to manifest your best reality. But if you don't feel you're worth it, what do you expect out of that? If you don't feel you're worth it, it's not going to be... You're just basically telling the divine, okay, fine. You know, I'm not worth having abundance. I'm not worth having prosperity. I'm not worth having stability. If the inner world is all chaos, that's what the divine is going to show you in your outer world. And this is why our main issue with the world is the world's gone chaotic, because we're so distracted by our outer world that we're not focusing on our inner world. And that's why it's the way that it is. When, in all actuality, you deserve way better than that. But it starts with you. It starts by changing and bringing peace to your inner world and healing and feeling worthy of abundance and blessings and prosperity and stability. And unless you get in alignment with your passion, which is right now eradicated due to the deception and due to the foggy head and due to the distractions and the misaligned focus, once you start to focus on what you're passionate about, once you're focused on what you're worthy about, once you're focused on your blessings and your gratitude and have that attitude of gratitude, shit's going to start changing for you. And almost 20 people left the chat because I said that. Yeah. It's about finding your passion and leading by example and standing up and shining your light, taking a leadership position, taking the lead, and being the main character. Hopefully that helped. I feel like a broken record. I keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. It's like people just don't get it. And I'm not frustrated with you there, Johnny, or Tina, or Roxanne, or anybody here. I'm not frustrated with you guys. But it's almost like you guys got to hear it on an individual basis because you might think that it's not for you. Like I'm almost ready to start doing workshops just on that. But I don't even know where to start. All I know is it takes a lot of emotions and it takes a lot of release, and it's going to take a good cry to get you started. And unless you're willing to be vulnerable with yourself, you're in for a rude awakening. And this is where the dark night of the soul comes in, because it gives you no other choice but to shed that part of you that's held all of this vulnerability all locked up in a cage. Well, that's why I have my sessions available over at hypesee. Anybody can order a session. It's $1 a minute. I think there's a 75% discount on the first 10 minutes for your for the first session. That's what it says anyway. This is about showing yourself compassion. Going through all the memories, going through all the nostalgia. Dealing with the inner monsters that have you in fear and anxiety of not feeling good enough. Sometimes you need to beat the shit out of those inner monsters in order to take your power back. Sometimes it's the only way. You gotta face your inner demons. Sometimes you gotta get mad to get glad. And that requires sticking up for yourself and showing up for yourself and showing yourself compassion. Showing some compassion and love for your inner child. The one that feels abandoned and unworthy and worthless and out of place. And yeah, that requires you to get emotional. That requires you to have a good cry once in a while. But most people don't want to do that. They have a hard enough time being vulnerable with other people, let alone themselves. But it doesn't make you lesser of a person for breaking down and crying and apologizing for yourself for abandoning yourself like everybody else did. And it's heavy shit to deal with, yeah. But isn't it heavier carrying it on your shoulders all this time? Dragging you down, constantly having you in this funk? When you can finally face it and release it, you feel lighter as you go. Releasing your hate and resentment and sadness and ridicule and high expectations you have on yourself. Meanwhile, you're carrying all this extra pressure that's dragging you down. The moment you finally release it is the moment, that's the game changer. The moment you start saying, you know what, I'm going to show myself compassion. I'm going to be a little bit more easier on myself. I'm not going to be so hard on myself and so critical. I'm going to show myself more care and consideration. And this is why we strive to find that perfect other person, because by showing them love, we feel that that's filling that void. In essence, we're sacrificing ourselves for other people. Doesn't that sound like someone we know? Someone we all tend to idolize. He wasn't meant to be idolized, he was meant to be embodied. We all have that Christ light within us. We all have the ability to heal. We all have the ability to overcome our challenges. It's whether or not we can see the Christ within us to make that happen. And once you recognize the Christos within you, that's where he becomes your savior. Because then you realize that you come from divinity. You have that divine light giving you life. And everything changes. And usually you have to be down and out and in surrender in order to be there, in order to recognize it. Very few people are willing to go down that path without surrender. Because they literally have nothing left to lose. because that's when shit gets real. And it's either we sacrifice ourselves or we recognize the divinity within us and we rise. We are resurrected into a new version of ourselves with divine purpose. I know, it's mind-blowing. Take a moment to recognize the power you still have within you. The fact that the divine believes in you and gives you life to wake up and open your eyes every day is another chance to recognize the divinity within you, to rise above and be resurrected. And this is why solitude is so important. This is one of the reasons why he was put behind the rock. It represents that solitude necessary in order to rise and be resurrected. To be able to be in your own energy and your own frequency and recognize where you've went wrong, where you've settled. Sacrificing yourself for other people. When we can actually rise together into a new earth, if we're courageous enough. The table is open. We can sit here and talk if you have any questions. You're very welcome, Johnny. I wish you all the strength and courage in the world to overcome your challenges. Awesome. Wendy, Lori, Roxanne, Raymond, y'all got ballots. Ballots are for a full free reading. Is there anybody else that want to put in for a message? I think I'm going to make it an early night tonight otherwise. Gonna go make me some food. I'll throw an angel card for a collective. For those that are still kicking it here. Angels, what's the best blessed message for my collective? Cherubim, create your own story. Guardian angel. Jeremiah. Guardian angel, you're not alone. Your guardian angel's here to hold you and support you and needs to be invited to come forth and guide you. This invitation doesn't have to be issued through prayer. It can also come through your actions. So stop trying to do everything on your own. Let the barriers of independence fall so that you can be held, loved, and cherished by heaven and earth. Archangel Jeremiah, call your power back. Forgiveness is about no longer allowing someone or something to affect your state of happiness. It doesn't mean that you have to forget the past or avoid a situation entirely. Right now, you are being encouraged to take your power, your light, and your capacity to make a decision back into your own hands. By taking back what is yours, you also command respect from those around you. Activation, I forgive the past and I give myself the respect I deserve. I welcome in all levels of support from heaven and earth. And the cherubim, create your own story. Nothing is set in stone. You are the co-creator of your life. The circumstances that you have experienced up to this point have been linked to the choices you've made and the karma of your ancestors. Now is a pivotal time for you to begin moving into space where you can create a story that's more aligned to your needs and ultimately the calling of your soul. Your activation, I recognize my ability to direct the experience of my life. It's basically everything that I've spoken on tonight. So the angels are definitely in confirmation what I'm talking about. So call your power back, collective. Time is of the essence. We're going to be moving into the new earth in the 2026. We are shedding of our old skin. Now is the time to do it. This full moon specifically. It is time. Take some time out for yourself and release the burdens of yesterday. Learn from them. Create boundaries for yourself so that way all of this chaos doesn't happen again. Empower yourself to rise above it rather than sitting in the shit pile. The problem is we constantly sit in the shit pile and we become used to the stench, and we forget that we're sitting in the shit pile altogether by ignoring the inner chaos. But it always tends to come back to haunt us until we face it. And it is ultimately our decision as to whether or not we face it and we overcome it or we don't. It's ultimately up to us and our own decisions and how we move about that. And on that note, I wish you a beautiful evening. Last call for alcohol. If there's any more super chats with a question or any more super stickers for just a general message, feel free to drop them in now. Any donations to the channel can be made through super sticker, super sticker, super chat, or you can throw me a donation over at PayPal. Thank you to those that have supported tonight. I hope my messages bring you awareness and clarity for you to rise above your challenges. Personal sessions are open. Follow the hypesee link in the description for further information on how to book it. You can use a debit card, credit card, PayPal. Try to do your best to book a day in advance so that way I can make time for you. It may show that I am unavailable, but you still should be able to book a session with me the next following day. And on that note, if you can't be good at it, please be good to yourself, so that way you can be good to others. Thank you again for all the support, collective. I wish you courage, enlightenment to rise above, and I will catch you in the next video.